Hi guys, and welcome to this brand new YouTube channel, The Whovians Assemble, which is home to many of your favourite Doctor Who YouTubers. Anyway, this is my first video and I hope you enjoy it. Wait. We're not in the right place. Hang on. That's better. So yeah, today I am basically going to be telling you my top 12 my top 13 Doctors, which is including Peter Capaldi, and I can do that because I've seen Deep Breath and I feel pretty confident that where I've placed him is where he's going to be staying from now on. In last place, at number 13, we have got the 4th Doctor. I know some of you are going to be thinking that's quite controversial, but for me, it's right because as much as the 4th Doctor is the Doctor, and Tom Baker will forever be known as the Doctor, and truly he should be, because his stories are fantastic, it's just I enjoy his incarnation of the Doctor the least. At number 12, we've got the 7th Doctor. As much as I love his stories, especially Survival, it was a true classic, I didn't really connect with his Doctor as much as I have others. I don't think he came across... He was a bit too crazy, I thought. But yeah, he is brilliant nonetheless. At number 11, we've got the 6th Doctor. Yes, he wasn't exactly the best when he first arrived. I mean, he strangled a companion, and he didn't really have the best of scripts written for him. But Colin Baker is just fantastic at portraying the role of the Doctor. I mean, he sort of began what Peter Capaldi is going to be doing. He just had poor writing for what he wanted to do, and I, for one, actually like his multi-coloured costume. I think it really suits that era of Doctor Who because it's the 80s. But yeah, Colin Baker is at number 11 just because of the poor writing that he was given. But he was just fantastic. 10th place, I've put the 8th Doctor. He was just fantastic in the TV movie. Yes, it wasn't the best of script, but the 8th Doctor was fantastic. And in all of his Big Finish stories I've heard, he is outstanding. Paul McGann really does bring out the emotion side to the Doctor, which I just love. And when he came back in the Night of the Doctor, he was just fantastic. It was really nice to see a regeneration. And that is why the 8th Doctor is at number 10. It's just, he was so brilliant at portraying the role, and it's just a shame that he never got a full TV series. In 9th place, I've put the 1st Doctor. He brought to the screen the first incarnation of the Doctor, and he was just fantastic. He isn't entirely like the Doctor. He's more of a wandering figure. He's not got the Doctor characteristics that we all know and love, because I don't think at the time they knew what they wanted from him. Yet he is the Doctor more than anyone else because he's the first, and he really does have some of the best adventures. And I love the 60s more than any era, really, because I just love the Dalek stories and the Simon stories because I find them at the most creepiest. At 8th place, I've put the War Doctor, who was brilliantly brought to life by the fantastic John Hurt in The Day of the Doctor and the Name of the Doctor. He was just fantastic. I mean, in that one episode of The Day of the Doctor, John Hurt managed to create this character that we'd all forgotten about, the Doctor had forgotten about and we'd never known of, and managed to create this character that was just so brilliant and fantastic, and it will go down in Doctor Who's history as one of the greatest Doctors that has ever lived, because to me he is the Doctor because of he was just so good. 7th place, I've put the 9th Doctor, who brilliantly was portrayed by the horrible Christopher Eccleston. I hate Christopher Eccleston with a passion, but I love the 9th Doctor. He showed a different side to the Doctor. He showed the war-torn Doctor that he was and still is this very day. He was so broken, and it just showed a really nice different side to the Doctor that we hadn't seen before. In 6th place, I've put the 3rd Doctor, the first action Doctor. He was just fantastic. I mean, I just loved how he became best friends with Sarah Jane Smith and Joe Grant, and how he became the first Doctor to sort of use violence to a sense. And I loved his rivalry with the Master. For me, the rivalry between them two is the rivalry that I love between the Master and the Doctor. It's the true villain versus hero relationship that I love between Roger Delgado's Master and John Pertwee's Doctor. I just love the interaction between them two, and I love how John Pertwee's Doctor was stuck on Earth for the majority of his era, and he was just fantastic. He was just a brilliant Doctor. 5th place, I've put the 2nd Doctor. He was just fantastic. I mean, Patrick Troughton had the tough job of continuing the show. He had the tough job of becoming the second Doctor. For me, Patrick Troughton had the toughest job of every single out of all of the Doctors that there ever been, because he had to show that the show could go on without the amazing William Hartnell. And since last year, when I've seen loads more Patrick Troughton Doctors, I've become to love his Doctor more. Maybe it's because of Matt Smith as well, because he was just fantastic. And there's a lot of Matt Smith within Patrick Troughton, and a lot of Patrick Troughton within Matt Smith. And his stories were just fantastic. And yet again, it was a 60s era. And I love the 60s because I love them creepy, black and white, Dalek, Cybermen stories. And I just love his companion, Jamie McCrimmon. I love the relationship between them two. At fourth place is the 10th Doctor, the amazing David Tennant. For me, he was in third place, but the reason he's not in the top three, and the reason he's not at number one on my list, like he is with a load of Whovians, is because to me he felt like too much of a superhero. He didn't feel like the Doctor. He didn't feel alien enough. He felt like he was Superman, really, and he just felt like a more extraterrestrial version of a human. He didn't feel like an alien. He felt more human than any Doctor had done before, and he felt more Superman-like. But for me, he was fantastic, and he was the first Doctor that I saw a first full series of, because I only joined Doctor Who halfway through series 1, so I hadn't seen the first 5 episodes featuring Christopher Eccleston, hence why David Tennant is at number 4, because I saw more of David Tennant, and to be honest, he was on my screen for longer, and he was on my screen whilst I was growing up from midway through primary school up until just before midway through high school, so he was sort of there when I was doing a lot of my growing up, hence why he's at number 4, and he was just fantastic. In third place, I've put the 5th Doctor, who was just fantastic. Roller, go away, please. No, I'm filming a video. No, I'm being attacked by a dog. I'm talking about the 5th Doctor, yes. Anyway, in third place, I've put the 5th Doctor, who was portrayed by David Tennant's father-in-law, Peter Davison. He was just fantastic. And for me, he's my favourite classic Doctor, because this is sort of going against what I said about David Tennant. I liked how he was a bit more superhero-y than Tom Baker was and John Pertwee. I liked how he was a bit more human-y, but I didn't like how David Tennant was human. I felt it was a bit too much, whereas Peter Davison seems to have a little bit more of that alien aspect that we all know and love of the Doctor. In place, I've put the 12th Doctor. He is fantastic. I'm not going to say a lot here because I don't want to give a lot away, but when I went to the Deep Breath premiere in Cardiff on Thursday and saw Deep Breath, I was blown away by the amazing acting that Peter Capaldi had portrayed with the 12th Doctor. He was just fantastic, and you were all going to love him because he's so much darker, yet he's so much more the Doctor than any other Doctor has been before. He is not scared to look his age now, and he's not scared to look like the Doctor. And it really was fantastic, and you're all going to enjoy Deep Breath. I know you are. It's my favourite episode opener. It's my favourite Doctor introductory. It's my favourite series opener. It's definitely up there in my top 10 for my favourite episodes ever. It was fantastic, and Peter Capaldi is definitely going to be an amazing Doctor who we are all going to love, and he's going to go down as one of the greatest. I can just tell. In first place is no surprise to most of you, but I've put Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor. He wasn't my first Doctor. Christopher Eccleston was my first Doctor. The Doctor I grew up with was David Tennant, but for me, Matt Smith's my Doctor. I loved how he was so mad and exciting and so old and so young and so alien and so different all at the same time. He was just so fantastic, and I love all of his stories. I love all of his companions, and I love the 11th Doctor. And for me, he is the greatest Doctor that there has ever been, because he managed to show the Doctor's age more than anybody had before, and he also managed to portray the madman side of the Doctor that we all know and love. And I like him because of how he became that alien Doctor that we hadn't seen for a while, because as I said, David Tennant was that human version of the Doctor really, and then Matt Smith came along and he was so alien and so different, and that's why I like him, because he's so different and so mad. Anyway, Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my first video on the Whovians Assemble. I hope you want to see more from me. If so, make sure you come back every week when I will upload another video onto this channel. But also, make sure you go and subscribe to my channel, where there will be a link to it below. And also, make sure you like and subscribe to this, well, like this video and subscribe to this channel. And also go and subscribe to my personal channel, which is Tom Dix or Epicu, whichever you want to know me as, because I can be known as both, really, even though Epicu is my evil step-brother who I absolutely hate. And Tom Dix, the amazing me, who brings you epic videos every single week over on my YouTube channel. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Whovians Assemble, make sure everybody finds out about us, and go and subscribe to my own personal channel, and make sure you like this video.
Someone is calling this line. It must be a matter of extreme emergency. Worlds must be burning, suns are being destroyed, time itself must be ripping apart. I don't think we've been introduced. I'm the doctor.
I'm Jenny Manning, and I'm the babysitter.
Who are you? I demand to know who you are and why you're bothering this boy. This isn't real. I'm dreaming.
Well, I'm wide awake. I'm not stupid. I was there. This blue box, it travels in time and space. You're a Time Lord that can change his face. I saw it. I saw the inside. It is true. Tell me I'm crazy and I'll go straight back inside.
One trip and I have you back here before you can say nightmare. I think the dream catchers did something to me. I feel weird.
Doctor? Doctor, your hands. They're glowing.
What? No, not now. I haven't had this body long.